Indian students' parents actually prefer to choose government universities.
How do you ensure the recognition of the university? What scholarship opportunities does Geomedi offer? If any of your close friend or sibling is wanting a suggestion from you, would you suggest USA or Georgia? Student wants to know what is the tuition fees of the university.
In terms of the price also, it's much more expensive.
What is the student-teacher ratio in the university?
Trying to go to Georgia and then
इंडिया में MBBS की बात आते ही सबकी पहली चॉइस होती है गवर्नमेंट मेडिकल कॉलेज की, लेकिन क्या अब्रॉड में भी इक्वेशन सेम है या प्राइवेट मेडिकल यूनिवर्सिटीज भी उतना ही स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लिनिकल ट्रेनिंग और एजुकेशन दे सकती है? आज इस तरह के कई सवालों का जवाब ढूंढने हम बैठे हैं यूनिवर्सिटी जियोमेडी के वाइस रेक्टर डॉक्टर जुराब के साथ। यहाँ हम पूछेंगे आपके सवाल रिलेटेड टू एकेडमिक्स, करिकुलम, हॉस्पिटल ट्रेनिंग, फैकल्टी, स्कॉलरशिप्स एंड स्टूडेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। सो वेलकम डॉक्टर जुराब टू एजुकेशन वाइब्स एंड टू इंडिया। How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great, thank you, and I'm really glad to be back in India once again.
Okay, if you had to revisit any of the city of India, which one is your favorite one?
If I have to revisit India cities again, I would probably choose Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yeah.
So is there any favorite food or something you like about it?
I think I like the buildings there.
The high-rise buildings.
Yes, buildings. I like that.
Okay, before we dive into the university conversation, I would like to know about you a bit. What's your journey like?
First of all, I would say that I am the vice rector for academic affairs at Geomedi University. And I'm visiting India now to meet the students and students' parents and to explain why they should come to Georgia and why especially to Geomedi University.
Okay, sirs, before any student opts for any MBBS abroad university, the first preference is always a government university. But as University Geomedi is a private university, so what plus points do the university carries that students should opt for that university?
That's a great question. So I have heard that the Indian students' parents actually prefer to choose government universities. First of all, starting from this September, so they would not accept foreign students anymore at government universities and at medical school, including medical school. Also, the government universities are large universities. The private universities are much smaller, and the private universities, and especially Geomedi University, creates the much more friendly environment for the students. And the Faculty of Medicine is always open for the students. They can go anytime and meet dean of the Faculty of Medicine, vice dean, which is not very easy to do in government universities.
Okay.
So I think that's a really privilege for the students to meet directly to the dean of Faculty of Medicine.
How do you ensure the recognition of the university?
So first of all, I would say that actually every single university in Georgia are accredited. The programs, including medical program, is accredited by the Georgian Quality Center. But we also have the European accreditation for medical programs, and which many medical programs do not have in other universities. Okay, so I think that's the recognition worldwide, basically. Okay.
Okay, and what about is there any unique certification or anything about it?
Yeah, so there is the organization which is called AQUIN. So it's a German-based quality center, assessment center, basically, and then we got accreditation from them.
Okay.
And then we have certificate, of course.
Okay, and that's really nice.
Can be found at our website.
if you had to describe Geomedi in one sentence to a student comparing different medical universities in Georgia.
So I would describe in one word. So I would say the quality of teaching, but I can actually do one sentence as well. So again, the university is the organized. So we deliver the quality teaching. And also, like I mentioned already, it's a student-friendly environment. We create this student-friendly environment.
Okay, what do you have to say about the batches? Like, what is the student-teacher ratio in the university of the classes?
I don't exactly remember the ratio, but it should be like one faculty member 10 students, probably 10, maybe 12 students.
That's good.
Yes.
Does the university believes in a way small batch is much more better than big flocks?
Yes, I think so. When you have this ratio, like the low ratio, faculty member students ratio, so I think that's one of the reason you can actually deliver the quality teaching.
True.
Yeah.
True. So, if you had just one advantage that you believe no other medical university in Georgia can genuinely match the University Geomedi, what would it be?
I have to repeat myself again. So yeah, like I mentioned, we focus on the quality again. Okay, so we try to be best in terms of the quality, not numbers, like having the many students. And again, like I mentioned, students do not have access to the deans or like the vice rector, for example. They can come anytime and knock on the door and enter into the room, and then we can talk about the things they are interested in, basically.
So I would like to know, like, whenever any university person or any representative or any family person of the university, when they have to describe about the university, these two terms are very much common: the quality and the best university. So what do you like? What do you make? Like, if I talk about the quality, what is it all about?
Yeah. So again, so we have small groups. Okay. For example, I teach students who comes from India, and so of course when I deliver the lecture, so we have many students in the classroom, but then we have practical classes. So in practical class we have around 15 students. Okay, and then every single students get chance to ask questions and get involved into the discussion and then feel comfortable there. Okay. So I noticed that when students come, especially first semester students, they sometimes are uncomfortable. Okay, so sometimes they cannot speak, they cannot ask the questions. So we create so I can mention once again, we create the friendly environment for the students to feel free to ask questions and then express their thoughts and etc.
Okay. So when we talk about Indian parents or the Indian crowd, they are mostly cost conscious about it. So I would like to know that what scholarship opportunities does Geomedi offer? Or any financial support?
Right. So University Geomedi actually offers students after completing the first semester. So if they have the good GPA, I don't remember exactly the number, but if there is some kind of threshold, if they pass that threshold, the students get the scholarships after first semester.
Means it is not on the basis of their 11-12 results. It is actually on the basis what they're studying in the university itself.
Yes, right away. Okay, they enter the university, they start studying, and then at the end of the semester, based on their GPA, so if they perform well, so and then they have the high GPA, so they get scholarships. And then if they keep that high GPA, so the scholarship will be maintained.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
So let's talk about the academics of the university. How is the MBBS curriculum structured?
So briefly, I can say that first couple of years. So basically, we provide the preclinical subjects, and then from a third semester, from third year, okay, they start to go and get exposed from the clinical to get the clinical experience.
After the third year?
Yes, starting from third year.
Starting from the third year. What about the assessment pattern in the university?
Assessment pattern is pretty diversified, okay? So I can tell you an example of my subject. We have class activity, for example. So like I mentioned, we have small groups, okay? So we discuss. So I ask question, they answer, and sometimes we start discussion, and this is class activity, okay? So I can tell you even numbers, okay? From class activity, they can get 20 points, from 20 points. And they have 2 quizzes during the semester, each worth of 10 points. So another 20 points comes from 2 quizzes. And then they have midterm exam, okay? Another 20 points, total 60 points. And finally, they have final exam, which worth of 40 points, and then total is making up 100 points, okay? It's not only one type of assessment there, okay? It's not only MCQ type of questions only at the end of the semester or in the midterm exam, okay? So we do also the discussion, and then they're assessed based on that, okay? I would add that in terms of the clinical subjects, we do the OSCE exams, okay? So, it's very practical type of exam. And along with this theoretical exam, like they take the final exam, which is MCQ based, but they also do quizzes, and then also in the OSCE exams.
Okay, so I'm a bit curious about one thing. Like, I know a bit about the Georgian studies. What is your background in academics? Like, from where did you complete your studies?
Myself, actually, like I mentioned already, I teach genetics, and I did my PhD degree in Georgia, but then my postdoctoral research in USA.
Oh.
So I spent 7 years there. So not only postdoctoral research, I was part of the university, the Penn State University, and then came back and then started to teach our students and then Indian students as well as I was involved in some research.
Okay, so you have seen the life of USA, you have seen the life of Georgia. As a parent, or if any of your close friend or sibling is wanting a suggestion from you, would you suggest USA or Georgia?
Well, that's a really hard question to answer. But there are some things behind that question. So if you decide to go to USA, for example, they have completely different system there, okay? So you cannot go directly to the medical school after high school, okay? So which you can do in Georgia. So after graduation of high school here, 12 years, so you can go and start medical school in Georgia, which you cannot do in USA. In USA, you have to do 4 years. You have to get bachelor's degree, let's say in biology, in chemistry, in physics maybe, or in biotechnology. And then you can go to another 4 years in medical school, okay? So it's much longer. It takes 8 years in total, yes. Okay. So while it takes 6 years in Georgia. And in terms of the price also, it's much more expensive in USA.
USA is expensive.
So much more expensive compared to Georgia.
Coming on the price, the most important part, where every parents and student wants to know, what is the tuition fees of the university? So
at Geomedi, we have I think 5,500 at this moment. 5,500 USD, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Does Geomedi ensure students start developing clinical skills from the beginning itself?
Yes. So actually the subject itself called clinical skills are taught in first semester.
Okay. So we have heard that Geomedi uses technologies like VR and 3D simulation for their medical training. How are these integrated in everyday learning?
Yeah, so we do have these VR technologies. And students, when they get theoretical knowledge, okay, they always have to practice, right? So, but before they go and practice something in real life, so it's always better to do something and use the VR technology, okay? So there are many cases there. And it's very good, actually. I've tried it myself.
Okay.
Even though I don't use that in my subject, so it's more clinical subjects, and it's really good. It's really good. Before they go to the simulation centers to start practicing on mannequins, so they can go and practice first and use the VR technologies.
Okay. So, sir, can you just take us a walkthrough of a medical student's life in University Geomedi from the first year to the last year?
Well, I will try that. I may not be be best person to ask that, but because there are two lives, right, for the students, like
Yeah.
the academic life and then outside of the university.
Yeah.
Okay, so so when they come again, so we try at least to create a friendly environment to feel free, because when students come from like the different countries and they are only 18 years old, right? Most of the students 18, 19 years old, right? So it's a big change. It's a big change. I have actually experienced it myself when I was 27 years old. I moved from Georgia to USA, and even for me it was not easy. Okay. And I understand it's a big change, and then that's why I'm saying, so we try to help them, also outside of the classroom we try to help them, and then in the classroom, of course, right? So and we try to deliver the best lectures, best practical classes, and we have good faculty members there. We try our best.
This is too much of academics. Apart from academics, does a student have any life, like curricular activities or anything like that?
Yes, actually. So we have student societies. We have two student societies at Geomedi, and they organize something which is not relating to teaching, as well as teaching as well, also. Okay, so they organize some seminars, but something to have fun, okay, outside of studying.
I want to know how many hospitals are in a tie-up with University Geomedi.
I would say at least 4 or 5 hospitals at this moment. Okay, it may change. Okay, so year by year. Students go to the hospitals and they get hands-on experience in the clinics.
Okay. So one name that frequently comes on the students who are studying over there is the Rustavi National Trauma Center.
Yes.
How that hospital is much more different from any other hospitals in the town?
So I would say the first of all, so this hospital is partially our hospital.
Okay.
So our students have the exclusive access to that hospital.
No other universities.
And no other universities have the access there. So, and there are many departments. And students, when they start clinical subjects, they go there and then they get real life the experience in clinical settings.
What kind of cases do students typically encounter in Rustavi Hospital?
So, like I mentioned, there are many different departments. Okay, there are all type of patients, and there are many different cases, I would say.
Okay. Is it true that only Geomedi students are allowed to practice in the Rustavi Hospital?
Yes. So that's why I mentioned that this hospital is partially our hospital, and then no other universities students have the access there. They don't allow to go there, and then
okay.
Yes.
Could you tell us about the professors and mentors students gain the knowledge from?
Again, so our faculty members, I would say, they are very high profile. Since I would say many of them, most of them, I would say, they got their experience in Western countries. So Western countries still considered as like the high standards, and they have done their PhD in Western countries, European countries. They have done postdoctoral research in Europe or in USA. And they have done long-term training, for example, or short-term training in European or in Western countries in general.
How do you prepare the students for the other licensing exams like FMG, NEXT, USMLE, or PLAB?
Sure. So the students who comes from India, so majority of them are planning to come back then upon graduation, medical school in Georgia. And they have to take the FMG exams, right?
Yes.
So we actually invite very experienced people, including from India, Dr. Deepak Marwa, so which is really experienced and in the FMG exam training. And our students get face-to-face training, okay, not online. Okay. He visits Georgia. He visits Geomedi University.
He's in the campus itself.
Yes, he comes to us and then he gives our students training in our campus. Yes. Okay. And in terms of the others like PLAB or USMLE, some students want to go to UK or USA. So, and many our students have already successfully taken USMLE exams and the PLAB exams. And what we do actually, so those student society I have mentioned before, okay? So student society organize meetings with those students who successfully pass those exams with the other students, okay? And they share their experience. And then the students always share best experience with the other students, okay? So I think that's the best way to train students.
So, sir, moving ahead, if an Indian student is confused between several universities in Georgia, what are the 3 things they should compare before making the final decision?
Yeah, I think there are more than 3 things, but I'll try to pick the most important ones, okay? So one, I would say, I have just mentioned that we provide the training for the FMG or PLAB or USMLE exams. Also, we have good students faculty members ratio, so which is also is very important for quality teaching, and we also have really good structure. We have good curriculum, okay, in terms of combining the theoretical and practical knowledge, okay. So they get good theoretical knowledge first, and they start to go to the clinics, and then they get experience in clinical settings. Okay, that's nice. I would say this is 3 important things students should pay attention when they choose the universities.
So before we end this lovely conversation, what would you say to a student who is considering Geomedi but is still unsure about it?
I would tell them to pay attention to those 3 things I just mentioned, because those are very important. Because important in terms of during the studying in medical school, and then after they graduate, they have to take these exams, right? So without these exams, they have nothing in their hand, right? So those things are very important, okay? And if I would be Indian potential students trying to go to Georgia and then to compare the universities, I would pay attention to those things, okay? And then I'll make a decision then.
Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Zurab. It was lovely interacting with you, and I hope our audience, after watching this interview would be more careful about choosing any other universities in Georgia.
Yeah, thank you. It was great. It was my pleasure to come here and then talk about our university, about my country, and I always more than happy to come to India and interact with you guys.
तो आज के इस कन्वर्सेशन से एक बात तो क्लियर हो गई है, एमबीबीएस अब्रॉड में यूनिवर्सिटी का टैग नहीं बल्कि उनकी ट्रेनिंग, फैकल्टी और क्लिनिकल एक्सपोजर मैटर करता है। अगर आपके और भी क्वेश्चंस हैं तो कमेंट करके मेरे को आप जरूर बताना। मिलते हैं हमारे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।